He likely never stood in the Cuchara Valley. He may never have watched sunrise spill across Teddy's Peak or listened to snowmelt rush through the Cuchara River. Yet few individuals have shaped the destiny of this valley more profoundly than Theodore Roosevelt. His boots may never have pressed our trails, but his decisions in Washington drew the boundary lines that still protect the mountains rising above our cabins today. The Roosevelt effect has influenced this valley in 5 ways. Let's talk about them.
First, the reservation of the land itself. Roosevelt transformed conservation from hopeful rhetoric into binding federal policy. By reserving millions of acres of public land, including what became the San Isabel Forest Reserve in 1902, he secured the high country surrounding Cuchara from wholesale privatization and speculative extraction. Without those protections, heavy logging, unregulated mining, or development pressures could have permanently altered the skyline and watershed. The valley matured beside living forests rather than in the aftermath of their disappearance.
Second, the creation of the U.S. Forest Service. In 1905, Roosevelt established the U.S. Forest Service and placed scientific management at the center of federal forestry policy. This was not passive preservation but organized stewardship. The professional rangers who later marked boundaries, issued permits, monitored timber harvests, and oversaw reforestation efforts above Cuchara operated within the institutional structure he created. The measured management of the San Isabel National Forest traces directly to that decision.
Third, the recovery of Raspberry Mountain. By the early 20th century, unrestrained logging had scarred Raspberry Mountain and portions of the southern Sangre de Cristo Range. Forest reserve status ended the era of unchecked cutting. Permits replaced free-for-all camps. Reforestation campaigns in the 1920s replanted seedlings across denuded slopes. Fire prevention and watershed protection became guiding principles. Today's dense second-growth forest stands as visible evidence of policy, translated into restoration.
Fourth, wildlife protection and ecological stability. Roosevelt's wildlife initiatives reshaped national policy towards species protection and habitat preservation. The ripple effect extended into the San Isabel. Elk, deer, black bear, fox, bobcat, mountain lion, wild turkey, bighorn sheep, and countless bird species inhabit the forests above Cuchara today because conservation shifted from exploitation toward regulated stewardship.
Fifth, watershed security and community stability. Roosevelt understood that forests were not scenery alone. They were water systems. By curbing destructive logging and protecting high country timber, federal policy preserved snowpack retention, reduced erosion, and stabilized runoff into Bend, Bonnet, Dodgetown, Baker, South Fork, and Cucharas Creek. Conservation became infrastructure long before that word entered public vocabulary.
Theodore Roosevelt did not leave us a statue in the valley. He left us a functioning landscape. The forests that frame our cabins, the wildlife that crosses our trails, and the waters that move steadily through our creeks all point back to a generation that chose restraint over liquidation. His legacy here is rooted in living timber.
You can read Cabin in the Pines, special 3-part blog on this topic. In this series, Gene Roncone and Bruce Johnson team up to provide outstanding and relevant content. Journal 88 addressed courageous conservation. Journal 89 digs deep into Roosevelt's influence upon the San Isabel National Forest, and Journal 90 concludes the series by addressing the questions: where did Colorado's Teddy's Peak get its name?
Read the complete Roosevelt series with bonus video content at www.cabininthepines.org.